Hi, this is Dave with NTI, and today I'm going to walk you through setting up your system pressure for either your new boiler or if you just serviced a boiler and you need to set the system pressure properly. So first thing you'll want to do is check the relief valve that's on your boiler. Whatever that pressure is, so typically it's going to be about 30 psi, you want to maintain a system pressure that's at least 10 pounds less than that. Sometimes you might want to go a bit more. For the most part though, 20 pounds is a good system pressure for most residential boilers. Some of them will operate happily down to 15, but all of them seem to like a little bit more pressure, so usually I try and set them between 15 and 20. First thing you'll want to do is have your system drain down so that there's no pressure indicated in the system. To do that, you'll want to find a boiler drain and relieve the pressure if there's pressure in the system. Once that's done, you need to set your expansion tank pressure next. So to do that, you're going to need a tire pressure gauge. On the bottom of your tank, there's a little Schrader valve, just like you'd find on a car tire, and you're going to check the pressure that's in the tank. So we'll check ours now. So our tank, this isn't perhaps the best gauge. The scale's a little bit big for what we're working on, but it indicates right around 20 psi. You can see there it was just a little bit less, so that's about right for the system fill pressure we're going for. If your tank is too low, you'll want to add a little bit of air using a tire pump or something like that. And usually what you want to do is set the tank to about the same as the system pressure that you want, or maybe 1 or 2 pounds less. But usually I set it right about equal, maybe just slightly less. Once we're happy that our tank is set, the next thing we have to do is look at our water fill valve. Now, in a system that has an auto water feed, most of the time it's going to get left at whatever pressure this comes from the factory at. Unfortunately, these are rarely set to what we want. But what you'll do is you're going to open up the feed so you can allow water into your system. This is going to start filling your system, and leave it for 15-20 minutes and wait for a nice stable pressure to show up. If need be, you're going to adjust that up or down. Okay, so we can hear some waters entering the system based on the noise it's making. Our pressure is climbing slowly, so we're getting up to around 10 pounds now. And I'm going to leave that until the noise stops and the system pressure stabilizes. So now that the system's stabilized, we're holding at just a little over 10 pounds, but in this case, I'd like to see it around 18. One of the things you can do is if you're going to leave the autofill turned on, is you want to remove the cap that's on the top here. So you'll need a little something to hold the little nut there, take the cap off. There's a little brass rod typically on this style. Now yours will vary based on the model you have, but this one has a brass rod, so we're going to pull that out. Pull that out. And then you can sometimes just use this as a tool, but you're going to loosen up the nut here and then screw down this brass insert. Reinstall the rod. You'll want to just tighten that nut up. Don't go crazy with that. You just want it a little bit better than finger tight, and then you're going to put the filler cap back on here. So now we've adjusted the water fill valve. We can see the pressure starting to climb. We can hear water coming in. If you'd like to speed it up, you can just lift up on this and that'll quick fill the system. But before I allow it to fill up too much, I want to make sure this valve is going to maintain the correct system pressure. So I'll get it close and then just wait and listen until I get either this turning off and the pressure stabilizing, or if for some reason I've overshot and over-adjusted it, I'll have to go back and readjust the valve, lower down the pressure a little bit. Some of the ones that you can buy will actually have a pressure rating on them where you can actually see what you're setting. Those are convenient. Use them if they're available. So after a few minutes, I should hear the noise stop, and hopefully we stabilize right at around 20 psi, which is where I want to be. Okay, so we've got our system stable at just slightly over 20 pounds. That's where my valve stopped filling the system. I'm happy with that, so I'm going to leave it alone. You're going to do this while the system is cold. When you heat the system up, you may notice this pressure climb a pound or two. If you notice it climb 5, 6, 7 pounds, you've either got an issue where the expansion tank is isolated from the system, or possibly your tank is just undersized. An undersized tank will show itself by a slow, steady climb in pressure over time. If you go to check the valve at the bottom and you notice water comes out, or if it won't hold air pressure, you've got a bad expansion tank, you'll want to replace it. Hopefully you find this helpful. If you have any questions, give us a call at TechSport 800-688-2575. Thanks for watching the video today. If you'd like to check out more videos, see the link below. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel for all the future updates. And also check us out on Facebook, LinkedIn, and Instagram.